so many amazing things about Strats. Really good tuning stability, iconic tone, iconic look. I love Strats. And now I'm gonna drag them through the mud. I do want to preface this in the video that I'm talking about traditional Strats at this point. There are roughly, I don't know, 20 million versions of a Strat made. So I'm talking about old school, traditional, single Strats. Up first, the radius. Fretboard radius is something you hear people talk about all the time. If you're not real familiar with it, it's basically how flat or curved your fretboard is, and it does affect things overall. A low fretboard radius, like on my Strat, it's a 7 1/4 radius, so that's considered a vintage style. It has, a lot of people steer away from those because they don't like the way that your bends will kind of like fret out. Here it frets out, you get a...
Face?
Did I make a face with it? Alright, so anyways, now that the bend face is out of the way, whenever you bend a note on a lower radius, a lot of times it frets out like that. Now, if you have a higher radius, like, I mean, oh my god, there's modern ones like 14, 6, I think, is there 16? That'd be crazy, that's so flat. But anyways, so you want to watch out for those because it can affect the overall playing. The radius also affects the overall feel, just the way it feels on your fingers. That lower radius, you feel more of, I guess you call it like the meat of the fingerboard is kind of hitting your fingers. So I don't mind the old school radius, the 7 1/4. But, like I said, Fender changed a bunch. Around 83, they went to 12. 86, I believe they went to 9 1/2. So there's lots of different ones to watch out for. You really need to figure out what you like. Do you like vintage style? Do you like more modern? Like I said, you can go all the way up. Ibanez, like crazy flat radius. So that's something to watch out for. Now we've got to talk about the bridge because on most Strats you have what's called a tremolo style bridge, and if you're not really equipped or don't feel like dealing with all the tuning issues that can occur with this, I would maybe steer away from it because, you know, some people are going to say just lock it down, just block the bridge, and you can do that. That is an option. I've done that myself, but there's such a difference in the sound of a Strat with a trim, a hardtail Strat, or maybe you have like a tune-o-matic bridge or some kind of crazy system on your guitar. But make sure that you want to use a Strat for what it's for with the tremolo bridge, because that's part of the sound. You know, as soon as you block it, it changes the way it sounds. And I don't know. Like I said, you get change and all that stuff, and it's like, does it sound like a Strat anymore? Another big one, and this is probably the biggest one that I've heard other players complain about, which it doesn't bother me so much, but it's the control layout. Now, you have a lot going on in a little bitty space because you've got 3 different knobs. You got a volume, 2-tone, a 5-way selector, and I mean, the trim bar is right there too, so I kind of consider that a control that's in that general area. It's a lot. It's a lot crammed into that little spot. So many players say that they hit the volume knob and accidentally roll it down. I used to actually pop the volume knob off of my guitar just with my pick because I would do that all the time. So, like I said, if you got big hands, you're not used to a Strat layout, that might be a bit of a, kind of like a turnoff or a surprise once you start playing it. But like I said, it's just something you have to either accept or not with a Strat. I don't know if they've ever changed this layout. I shouldn't say but my wife has a VG Strat, and they have even more knobs on it. So look at that, we're going in the wrong direction. There is something that you just can't beat on a Strat, and that is the neck pickup. It sounds amazing. There's nothing better than the neck pickup on a Strat. But it's one of those situations where its greatest strength is also, in my opinion, its greatest weakness, because overall the sound of a Strat, it has this thinness, and you have to be okay with that, because as soon as you hear it up next to a big old Les Paul or 335 or SG, any of these humbucker guitars, you quickly find out that, oh, whoa, that Strat sounds thin. Now they sound good together, they blend really well, so they need each other, but overall, as versatile as a Strat is, it just has this thinness to it sometimes, and it doesn't work well in all situations. Some people might say, put a humbucker in the guitar. I'd be like, bro, great idea, but is it still a Strat once you do that? Because, I don't know, then, you've got a Super Strat at that point, and it's not traditional. It's not the single action that we're looking for. We want single coil. While a Strat straight up whoops on a Les Paul at upper fret access, the neck joint is still a problem. Those big old block neck joints, they stop you dead in your tracks. You're rocking out, you're playing a sweet solo, you're like, yo, check me out, bro, and then boom, done, because the neck joint ruined it for you. No, it's actually not that bad, but it does make you kind of change the way your hand is on the guitar. Now, there have been lots of modern different adaptments. They shave the heel down. All kinds of stuff has changed. So if you are buying a Strat, make sure that you either are familiar with the big old block style, or if you want something that's going to get you a little bit easier for that upper fret access, make sure you pay attention to the neck heel. Don't overlook that, because I feel like that's a big one that stops people. Alright guys, that is going to be it. If you would, let me know what you do and don't like about Strats, because I like them, I love them, I want some more of them. Yo, Tim McGraw, who got that quote? So other than that, I'm out of here. My wife's telling me no, I shouldn't be saying that sweet Tim McGraw quote, but I'm leaving it in here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and just end it bluesy. You know how we do it. We end it bluesy and quote country songs. Bye guys.